Okay, so picture this. You are a prehistoric human just trying to eat your lunch in peace. Life is already hard enough. You spent the entire morning chasing something that did not want to be caught. You probably stepped on something sharp at least twice, and now you finally get to sit down and eat something. You grab some berries or whatever, normal lunch. Prehistoric Tuesday, and then you accidentally eat a chili pepper. And your mouth is on fire. Not metaphorically on fire. Your entire face is trying to leave your body. Your eyes are producing water at a rate your brain cannot explain. Your nose has decided to just give up entirely. Your tongue feels like it personally offended the sun. And the worst part, the absolutely most unhinged part of this situation, is that nothing actually happened to you. There is no wound, there is no damage. There is no logical reason your mouth should feel like this. You are just eating a plant. A regular plant that is sitting there looking completely innocent while your entire sensory system files a formal complaint. Welcome to the first ever spicy food experience in human history, and it was absolutely nobody's finest moment. Here is the wild thing though. Chili peppers have been around for a very long time. Archaeologist Linda Perry at the Smithsonian Institution found evidence of chili pepper use in human settlements dating back over 6,000 years in Central and South America. But the peppers themselves existed long before humans started intentionally using them. Which means at some point, some completely unsuspecting prehistoric human was just out there living their life, saw a bright red thing on a plant, thought it looked delicious because brightly colored things in nature usually mean sweet and ripe and good, and popped it directly into their mouth with zero hesitation. That person had the worst and most historically significant lunch of all time. Because here is the science behind what actually happened to their mouth. Chili peppers contain a compound called capsaicin. Neuroscientist David Julius at the University of California, San Francisco won a Nobel Prize in 2021 specifically for his research on how capsaicin works in the human body. And what he discovered is genuinely one of the most unhinged things that happens in human biology. Capsaicin does not actually burn you. There is no heat, there is no damage. What capsaicin does is trick a specific receptor in your mouth called TRPV1, which is normally responsible for detecting actual heat and actual pain, into thinking you are being burned alive. Your brain receives a distress signal that says fire, fire, fire. Your body launches every emergency response it has, and you start sweating and crying and your nose runs and your heart rate goes up, all because a plant figured out how to hack your nervous system. A plant hacked your nervous system, just sitting there being a pepper. And the reason peppers evolved to do this is honestly even more unhinged. Biologist Paul Bosland at New Mexico State University, who is literally called the Chili Pepper King, which is the greatest job title in human history, has spent decades studying why peppers produce capsaicin. The answer is basically that peppers developed capsaicin specifically to stop mammals from eating them. Because mammals chew seeds and destroy them, while birds do not feel the heat at all because they lack the TRPV1 receptor that capsaicin targets. So the pepper's entire strategy was to make itself unbearable to every mammal on Earth while remaining completely delicious to birds, who would eat the pepper and then fly somewhere else and poop out the seeds intact, spreading the pepper to new locations. This plan worked perfectly on literally every mammal on Earth for millions of years. Every animal took one bite and said absolutely not and walked away. Every animal, that is, except humans, who took one bite, cried about it for a few minutes, and then ate another one. That is the most human thing that has ever happened. But why? Why did we keep eating something that was specifically evolved to make us stop eating it? Psychologist Paul Rosen at the University of Pennsylvania has spent decades studying what he calls benign masochism, which is the human tendency to enjoy things that are technically aversive, things that cause mild pain or discomfort in a context where you know you are actually safe. His research shows that humans are the only species on Earth that deliberately seeks out experiences that their body initially rejects, the thrill of a roller coaster, the enjoyment of scary movies, and the inexplicable decision to keep eating food that is making your face melt. Rosen argues that the ability to reframe a pain signal as something exciting and pleasurable is a uniquely human cognitive trick. Your ancient ancestor's brain, after the initial panic of the first chili experience, was able to do something no other animal's brain could do. It recognized that despite all the alarm signals, nothing was actually wrong, and it decided that the intensity of the experience was actually kind of fun. Which means the first human to eat a chili pepper and then go back for more was not being dumb. They were displaying one of the most sophisticated cognitive abilities in the animal kingdom. They were overriding a biological warning system with a conscious evaluation of actual risk. They were, in the most technical sense, being a genius. A sweaty, crying, nose-running genius who probably looked absolutely ridiculous, but a genius nonetheless. And once humans figured out that spicy food was not going to kill them, they could not stop. The spread of chili peppers across human civilization after their domestication in the Americas is one of the fastest and most complete in culinary history. Within a remarkably short period after Columbus brought peppers back to Europe and they spread to Asia and Africa, every major cuisine on Earth independently adopted and integrated spicy food with enthusiasm. Indian cuisine, Thai cuisine, Sichuan cuisine, Ethiopian cuisine, Mexican cuisine, Korean cuisine, all of them built around the ingredient that was specifically designed by evolution to be inedible to mammals. All of them developed by humans who looked at a plant screaming, "Do not eat me," and said, "Actually, this is incredible." And here is the part that should genuinely blow your mind. The pain response that capsaicin triggers also releases endorphins, natural painkillers produced by your own brain to deal with the distress signal. So every time you eat something spicy, your brain is getting a tiny hit of its own internal feel-good chemicals to compensate for the burn. Spicy food is technically a drug. A plant figured out how to make mammals feel terrible and then accidentally made them feel good at the same time. And instead of avoiding this plant, humans decided to build entire civilizations around it. Your ancestor was sitting there with their mouth on fire, tears streaming down their face, nose running in a way that was deeply undignified, and their brain was simultaneously saying, "This is terrible," and releasing chemicals that said, "Actually kind of amazing though." And they thought, yeah, I am doing this again. So the next time you're sitting there eating something way too spicy because you were too proud to say it was too spicy, and your eyes are watering and your face is sweating and you are absolutely suffering but you keep eating it anyway, that is not a character flaw. That is one of the most uniquely human cognitive achievements in the history of the species. You are doing the thing that no other animal on Earth can do. You are feeling the pain and deciding it rules anyway. Your ancestors would be so proud, probably. They would definitely also be crying and sweating, but proud. Guys, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and do subscribe for more related content. Thanks for watching.